Hello beautiful soul, this is your Julia, and today I would like to tell you a beautiful story about overcoming depression. I read this story about 4 years ago when I was studying Ericksonian hypnosis, when I was reading all books I could find in the local library, and Irish libraries were sending me books about Dr. Milton Erickson. He was a well-known psychiatrist in 1950s in America. And what I love about his work is his genius, I think, ability to use metaphors and stories to help his clients overcome all kinds of psychological illnesses and issues. So this story happened to him when in 1950s he was visiting a client that was referred to him. He knocked at the door of a beautiful, huge house that belonged to a lady who inherited the house from her family. She lived alone, unmarried, no children, and unfortunately, due to illness, she was confined to a wheelchair and was gradually slipping into depression. And what has been on her mind lately was that maybe the world will be better off without her, that maybe she should just check out permanently. She felt purposeless, sick, lonely, and unable to do things that she loved doing. Before the illness, she was very active in her local community. She loved attending services in her local church, but since she was in a wheelchair, she felt embarrassed and awkward about the wheelchair, and she stopped going to services in her local church. So that's the time when Dr. Milton Erikson visited her in her home. She gave him a tour of the house until they entered the greenhouse where she was growing beautiful African violets. As she was showing him her extensive collection, he noticed that she seemed to become alive when she was talking about the process it takes to grow new violets from little cuttings, and she seemed radiant, and he could really tell that she's so passionate about these African violets. When she finished talking about her passion, he saw an opportunity, and what he told her next changed her life. He told her that the problem she had wasn't really her depression, but the problem was that she wasn't a very good Christian lately. She got quite offended when she heard that, but calmed down as he explained further, and he also gave her clear instructions. He told her that with all the wealth that she has and all the spare time she has, what was she doing about sharing her gift with the world? He told her to subscribe to a local church bulletin and to local newspapers, and to note every special event, every special occasion that happens within her community. To note every newborn, every person that dies, weddings, christenings, celebrations, the good and the bad news. He said that whenever there will be a special occasion in her community, for her to arrange a beautiful African violet, pack it in a gift packaging, and let her driver bring her to that person's house and personally deliver the African violets to members of her community. She was quite intrigued by the idea. She had the time, she had the means, and she had her passion, so she committed to do that. And then, many years later, an article came out in her local newspapers after her passing, the Queen of African Violets, and they shared how she made a difference in her community and touched lives of thousands, that the church wasn't big enough for all the people that attended her funeral. Her story was inspirational. And the reason why I share this with you is for you to ask yourself if there is maybe African violet in your own life, If there's something in your life that you would love to talk about or do or share that would really make a difference to your well-being. And if there is, can you commit to spend more time with that activity and maybe even share it with the world in whatever way you are comfortable with? To me, my African Violet thing, I would love to become really good at storytelling. So the only way to do that is to start sharing stories. So this is my first step towards reaching that goal. I hope it wasn't too bad. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what is the thing that you love the most. Sending much love to you from Ireland. Bye for now.